According to Yahoo News and National Public Radio, the 2010 Olympics will not include women in its ski jump event. Since 1998, female ski jumpers have petitioned every year to join the Winter Olympics, and they are no more successful in 2010 than they have been in the past. Ski jump is the only Winter Olympic sport barring women. In 1991, the IOC ruled that future Olympic sports must allow both men and women to participate. However, this did not pertain to sports that already existed at the time, which included the ski jump. The original decision to exclude women's ski jump was made in 2006. In April 2009, 10 female jumpers sued the Vancouver Organizing Committee for the 2010 Olympics, claiming that VANOC had infringed on the ban on sexism in Canada's Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Justice Laurie Fenlon of the British Columbia Supreme Court ruled on July 10, 2009 that though the exclusion of women from the 2010 Winter Olympic ski jump event was gender discrimination, the International Olympic Committee, not the VANOC, was responsible for the decision, and Canada's charter did not apply to an international organization. The IOC seems to have no intention to change its mind. After the lawsuit in Canada, it issued a statement saying that, quote, "We strongly disagree with the court's analysis that the IOC acted in a discriminatory manner," end quote. The IOC claims that there are too few representatives in the sport for it to be included in the Olympics. However, not only does women's ski jump have as many participants as Olympic women's bobsled, but the IOC recently allowed the ski cross event to join the list of Olympic sports, even though the sport allegedly had fewer representatives than the women's ski jump at the time. Justice Fenlon stated in her ruling that, quote, "If the IOC applied the criteria for admission to both men and women's ski jumping events, neither group would be competing in the 2010 Games," end quote. The exclusion of women's ski jump from the Olympics has had negative consequences outside the Olympic competition as well. After the IOC's pronouncement, the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Association dropped the U.S. women's ski jump team because, due to the recession, it could not afford to fund a non-Olympic event. Female ski jumpers have dealt with limited sponsorship opportunities, and ski jumper Lindsey Vann has expressed worries that women's ski jump low profile will diminish its appeal to future potential jumpers. Vann currently holds the world record for the longest jump on the K95 Olympic Hill. She has jumped farther than any man in the event, but she too is not permitted to compete in the 2010 Winter Olympics to defend her title. The IOC's decision is a clear example of sexism. Women's ski jump is more than qualified to participate in the Winter Olympics. There is no reason that women should be excluded. Unfortunately, the question is then raised as to how these skilled athletes will ever get the chance to compete in what is generally regarded as the most prestigious sports competition in the world.
According to ABCNews.com, President Bill Clinton was released from the hospital in Manhattan today. He went in yesterday because he was experiencing chest problems. Blocked blood flow led to his chest pains. He needed and received 2 stents in his arteries, and as a result, he went into surgery performed by Dr. Michael Collins and others for an hour. Clinton's cardiologist, Alan Swartz, found no evidence of him having any symptoms of a heart attack or any damage to the heart. A coronary artery supplies the heart with blood. The 2 stents on his artery may mean that he is not as vulnerable to have a heart attack as he was before. The doctor said that his chest pains didn't occur because of his choice of food or the way of living, but he should keep on being as active as he was before because it's good for his health. A coronary artery supplies the heart with blood, and the reason for surgery is because arteries bring the blood, muscle, and can be clogged by plague, which is a very serious issue. Clogging of a coronary artery can cause a heart attack that can potentially kill you. Problems with your heart don't occur because of health issues. It can happen to anyone at any given time, so make sure that you stay healthy and stay active, because Bill Clinton was a healthy victim of clogged arteries, so be aware of what goes on, because who knows what can happen to you.
According to ABC News, the killing of Chri'Ana Thomas shocked the Richmond Police Department and victims of the victim's family. Chri'Ana was 6 months pregnant when she was killed Friday 10th in a parked car with her boyfriend. Don Johnson, who fortunately survived the accident but was critically injured. A gray Chevy pulled up and fired at the car. Neighbors said there were 4 men in the car that attacked and heard more than one gun being fired at the car. Officers say Chri'Ana died at the scene. Losing a mother can be very devastating. Chri'Ana was planning on celebrating her son's 4th birthday the day she died. With 2 other children, family members are still wondering how can someone do this to Chri'Ana, since she never had beef with anybody. The family gets stressing the issue of the children not growing up with a mother, and who wouldn't? This family is going through a lot because of Chri'Ana's death, and the least they deserve is justice. Instead of celebrating the new addition to their family, they're too busy planning a funeral. Because of the frequent killings in Richmond, police officers are concerned about their city. Over the years, everything in Richmond has changed, from stores to different gangs. Violence is taking over our families, schools, and community. The consequences of it are 2 children not having a father, an unborn child's life, and the grief the family has to go through. Violence always seems to win.